could care less about that attorney and whatever he feels and thinks about. That family has ignored phone calls. That girl used to live there.
What's up with it, man? WHITEBOY Lockdown Radio. Back with another one, man. First time here. Smash that subscribe button, man. Go ahead and sub up. Team WHITEBOY Lockdown Radio, man. Returning subs. Check out the members option below. Little blue word says join right by the subscribe button. Check it out for the perks. Look, you see in the intro video, it's a clip when I was out there covering the laundry stuff. The media did an interview. That little intro that I did was not the interview. In fact, if you go back to my wife's live when we were out there, I didn't even want to do the interview. The guy kept asking and pressing and pressing and pressing for me to do it. I kept saying, no, man, we're just here to do some stuff for some subscribers, leave some stuff around. He kept pressing and pressing. I'm like, all right, listen. By the time I did the interview with him, he chopped it up. It's a little bit longer than that. I'll leave the entire thing in the pinned comment section somewhere or the description. But, the fact is that the media here lies. I could just sit here and tell you that the media lies. A lot of people watching this are way smarter and they already know that the media does lie. But it's much more deeper than that. And if I just sit here and tell you without giving you solid proof, then I'm just the average YouTuber complaining on the internet. And nobody wants that. But look, this guy, they not only lie, man, they chop it up so bad. Here's the intro video that you guys just saw, and the name of the clip that they were making is "Lawyer Says Protesters at Brian Laundrie's Parents' House Should Go Home." So that's the name of the video they made. And if you look, they just chop it up. If you go back to my wife's live, I can't make it up. I can't change the dates here. If you go back to the live and you hear me saying, "No, man, I don't want to do an interview," nothing like that. The interviews actually, he held me up there for 15 minutes. This happens so many times being out there. It's just hard to find where they put it on the internet. I block the links in my comment section. A lot of people try to drop links. I do that because there's a lot of bots and it'll mess up your monetization, or you have people leaving links to stupid stuff. So it's just blocked. But after covering this, I finally went to my comment section, and in the held for review part where people leave cuss words and whatever, there's all these links. So now I'm able to see all where I am at, all these different news places. And it was crazy watching all this because the media lies, man. Here you have them chopping it up just to fit their narrative of their video of the lawyer says that a protester should go home. Screw that dude. Nobody cares what this guy says. But, this is what they do all the time, man. All the time. I was watching, and I'm kind of giving you a little example of something that when I was out there, okay? I was really out there. I can't make that intro video up. A lot of y'all already know that. I was watching the Rittenhouse stuff just as everyone else was, not too long ago. And they had a lot of protesters, from both sides of the coin outside the courtroom, right? And I'm watching whatever news source it was, and the guy says that the people who felt he was guilty, they would, come freely to the media and express the way they felt. And then he's reporting this, and then he says there's also some people out here that say Kyle's a hero. They say Kyle is innocent, and I've tried to interview them, but they won't do an interview with me because they're afraid the media is gonna torch and mix up what they say. And to hear him say that on his little newscast, I looked at my wife and we just smirked, because those people are exactly right. I don't know exactly here who talked to that man and who didn't, but just what he said, he's telling on himself, and that's what they do all the time, man. They do that all the time. And to give you an example of this, I want to tell people that if you ever find yourself in a spot like this, where he wanted to interview me, There's a simple way to do it to always get the truth out. Okay, just like the other news guy said and admitted that there's people at the courtroom there that would freely talk to him, and there's other people that didn't want anything to do with the media because they would chop up their words. There's a way to avoid that, and I learned this being out in the Laundrie case. So you also have this intro video of me. Like I said, it's about a 15-minute interview. The guy chopped it up. Okay, look, he's not going to use everything every word that I say. I understand that. But I'm telling you, it's about 15 minutes long. We're sitting there talking. Go look at my wife's live. There was another time that I was on the air and everybody was quiet. Okay, you have to go to my live. One of the first days I was out there, when the FBI pulled up to the Laundrie's house. It was two FBIs. They pull in there. We were live out there. Everybody who's watched the case, you're familiar with this, but it was the only time all the media was quiet because they're trying to get that piece. They're trying to be the network to bring it the fastest and the best angle and all this good stuff. And jokingly, I went behind them and I had my phone and I said, Trump 2024. There's CNN there. There's CBS there. They didn't like that, but I did it because people need to hear the truth. You know what I mean? You're not going to hear that ever on CNN. I yelled it out as we were live. I yelled at, and I also yelled out, CNN, stop lying to the people. I asked a lady that worked for CBS, does she feel guilty? Does she feel bad for lying to the people? And she turned all red. All this is on my lives. But, the point is this. If you ever are in that spot, man, tell them to go live. So in this intro video, this guy asked me. He kept asking me for an interview. And I did it, okay? I didn't want to do it, but I did it. And then look, he chopped it up. That could have been avoided, right? If he was live. They have to ask you, for your thoughts. Stuff happens everywhere every day, okay? This just happened to happen in my backyard, okay? That's why the camera was on me at the point, okay? And I did the interview, but if it would have been live, there's no chopping it up and people get the real truth. You know what I mean? That's my advice to people, man. When they were live, I was able to say Trump 2024 and get whatever I wanted to say out. I also said, shout out to White Boy Lockdown Radio on all media networks. They can't cut it out. It's live. But that's what needs to happen, man. People, the news needs you, man. Especially being out here with being the protesters. They have no story without the protesters. They have no interviews without the protesters. The problem is, people need to be smart enough. They need you, okay? You don't need them. So if they need you, make them run it live. I think people need to remember that everywhere there's media. The people at the courthouse are right. Okay, they're right. They're absolutely right. And I was glad, and I smirked at my wife. We smirked at each other because it's the truth. We know what they're thinking, and they're thinking the right way. They don't want to give their words to the media because they'll get chopped up. But if they really wanted to talk, they should have said, "Yeah, we'll say a few words. Can we go live?" You're putting them in a spot where they need you, okay? And it is what it is. The worst I could tell you is no. But they need you. So you have to just make them not edit things, man. You see a lot of stuff all around the country right now. And let's face it, it don't add up, when it comes to the media. People have to be smart. The media needs you. If you could just remember to get them live, it will solve a lot of things, man. It's a very simple concept here. A very simple concept. I don't have to tell you that the media lies. If you're watching this video, if you found this YouTube channel, 9 times out of 10, you already know. But the problem is, how do you fix that? I think how we fix this here is you push them into a corner and make them go live. It's just that easy. It's just that easy. The people at the courtroom, I'm sure, had some important things to say. Some things that maybe me and you would agree on. maybe me and you would disagree on. Well, whatever. But you get one side. You get one side. One side wants to talk. Okay? It's an important case. The media already angled it as they angled that kid in the wrong light. But that's the media. When they're interviewing people outside the courthouse, if only one side who feels he may be guilty is talking, that has an impact on how everybody else thinks. Those are regular Americans. All right, you know? So if people would just push these people, man, to go live more, the point I'm trying to push here, man, is it was in my backyard this time. The Rittenhouse thing was in Kenosha. Stuff happens every day. It could be me today and you tomorrow, but if you just make them run it live, you expose them. They can't edit. They cannot edit the truth because it's live. And if people could just remember that simple thing, it doesn't matter if you're at a football game, if you're at a concert, if BLM comes to Kenosha, if a dude decides to murder his girl, it don't matter what the situation is. Days are gonna keep coming, time is gonna keep moving, and we gotta keep thinking, man. And on that one, it's White Ball Out Down Radio. I'm out of here, man. Stay safe, stay out, man, and stay smart, man. Always stay 10 steps ahead of them, man. Till the next one.
And look at the facts of the case. He crossed state lines. False. He's a white supremacist. False. None of that is true. And the lies that they can just get away with spreading is just sickening, and it's a disgrace to this country.
Who said white boys can't jump? Subscribe. Gotchas.